Welcome back to the PokerStars European Poker Tour from Prague. Didn't we just do this? Live coverage of the main event here from King's Casino in the Czech capital.
I'm not committing for anything, but I will try.
The redraw has happened. People are having fun already. And guess what? The redraw was supposed to happen at 24. But while we were too busy jabberjawing over here in the feature table, over on a non-feature table, somebody went out in 24th place.
Oh, wow.
Eric Bauer. No relation to Jack. Tell me who you work for.
Okay. Romeo making it 60K to go, which is the absolute min raise here from UTG +1. Big blind coming along.
What did you have?
Kanakchev hoping to connect with this board. So far, so good. Trip nines against the up and down straight draw.
Yeah, this is a an action flop. Trips versus the up and down, and the up and down right now is currently clean, meaning that the 9 or the king, excuse me, the 8 or the king is going to give him the best hand without improving the 9-3 of hearts.
Kanakchev doing a pretty good job of denying equity to the up and down draw.
Yeah, this is a nice spot.
Romeo getting 3-1. Better than, slightly better than.
Makes a call.
Ace on the turn does not improve Romeo.
Yeah, I don't really see any reason for him to slow down in this situation. I think he's going to want to continue putting more chips in the middle. He knows he's got something. But what's the size, right? You want to punish the draws. You don't want to really push a jack out. You don't want to push an ace out.
Same bet as on the flop. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a little bit too small, Joe, because you really want to punish those draws too,
Not
right?
the first time I've heard that.
130.
All right. How much does he make it? 130. Hey, Joe. I think that was like
Ding,
10,
ding, ding,
10
ding,
more.
ding, 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 ding.
Hit the nail on the head. Well played, sir.
It's just such a great card to barrel on, right? Because like if you're gonna like bluff the ace on the turn, a lot of people are gonna do it for like not that much, right?
Sure, sure. But I think against this exact combo, it's just too small to fold, right?
Yeah, for
you
sure.
got infinity.
You're getting a lot of odds.
Yeah, you got a lot of odds. Maybe infinity's a little bit.
Big
on the
river
big side.
coming. Oh, drills the straight. Kanakchev. I mean, I may be laughing, but it's definitely not out of joy. I'm uncomfortable with what just happened.
Yikes! This is a tricky.
Kanakchev cannot go broke here.
I mean, the effective stack here is less than pot. SPR is less than 1. He really could just dump it in this guy's face.
Really hope that was someone blowing their nose. Now, is Konakchev just genuinely trying to figure out a size here, or is this like a deception tank?
I honestly don't know. I mean,
10 seconds.
SPR is less than 1. What are you going to do?
All in. All in.
All in.
That's it. And a quick call.
All in.
And, yeah, snapped by the nut straight.
Come on.
Come on, he said.
Double up Romeo.
One race, 60,000.
Finkel is Hydorn. Hydorn is Finkel. Pocket sixes. But Romeo, who's on a bit of a heater, assuming these kings hold.
Yep.
3 days. 175,000. 5 pass.
And we see a very pensive Bulgarian Markov in the big blind. Folds ace-7. Would be a significant dog, but was facing a 3-bet. Hydor now facing that same 3-bet.
Yeah, 115K more to call. These guys are a little bit on the deeper side, so you probably can justify the set mine, I guess.
So when a French player does it, it's a set mime. When a German player does it, it's a set mine. King's still good. No set of sixes.
1 check.
Gotta wonder how tempting calling with sixes will be on this jack high board. Ooh.
Tricky, tricky.
Oh. Open-ended now for Hydorn. Yikes.
Yeah, that is a really spicy turn. Picking up a lot of equity on the 7 of hearts.
Now Hydorn either wants a set 9 or set 9.
He wants something. He might not know it, but he might be tempted to try and bet now. He knows that with the check on the flop, he might be up against a hand like ace-king, ace-queen, that sort of jazz.
Or 2 kings that unlock the back door.
Absolutely. I think at this stage, however, what's he going to want to do here? I guess raising might be.
You gotta raise when you get let into here, right? Yeah.
155.
No,
But yeah, but if you're if you're gonna be checking that flop,
yeah.
then you're gonna continue playing deceptively here.
Well, it's not just for deception. It's also like, you know, this guy's leading into me now. This is a board where you can have 5s, 8s, 7s, even jacks at this stage of the game.
Nope.
So
King's good.
I think if anything, it's more just, you know, okay, if I'm getting value, I'm getting value, but I definitely don't want to start building up this pot where my opponent can just have the set and I'm just hating life. I mean, he's blocking the straight with pocket sixes. It's just whether or not he can successfully represent a hand like 6-9, 4-6 at this stage of the tournament. Looks like he's going to try.
Romeo did not check kings on the flop to fold to a river bet.
I guess not.
Even a huge one like this.
695 in the middle, and
It's
he's
not
going
gonna
to
be
make
full
it.
pot.
460.
3/4 pot. 455, 460.
Chunky.
Chunky like Nick Walsh's peanut butter.
Tough spot, really is. This is kind of an ugly run out, right?
I don't know that many non-ugly runouts once you let a board completely run out for kings. It's honestly, I am surprised. I was expecting a snap call. If kings do fold here, I will eat my hat. I do have to warn everyone, my hat is made of delicious nachos.
I was about to say, is it a nacho hat?
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, using up some of those time bank cards, but obviously, big decision. I don't know, he sounds kind of confident there.
You know, you're right, Nick. Let me rephrase this a little bit. I'm only looking at this in terms of straights. I think there's some, oh, not that many 2 pairs, but there's a flush came in. I ignored that, right? Flush came in.
Plenty of sets.
Plenty of sets. Jack 10.
I mean, I say plenty of sets. There's not that many combinations of sets, obviously, but there, you know, I think 5s make sense, 7s make sense, 8s make sense, 10s make sense.
Oh, baby!
And it's the fold. Pocket 6s. Let's go.
Man, I'm gonna have to eat all of this nacho.
He's literally wearing a nacho hat, guys. He's not exaggerating.
One is supposed to go.
I would just look at 2 and be like, please, just once. Oh my goodness.
I'll give it to him.
Mulder, by hook or by crook, is always just trying to stomp Sade. Nothing personal, just how it works.
Makes the call.
You beat up on the guy to your right, just flats with ace queen. Kanakshiev, maybe a little tempted here.
It is pretty.
Maybe a little tempted.
It is a pretty hand.
285.
285 and 2 in Mulder. Look at him. He's about to burst out laughing. He's ecstatic. He's ecstatic. Yeah, no, Sid, I'm sorry. Whoa!
Quick fold from ace queen now. This action is actually going.
Hell to the yes. That is it. Shows the queen. Taking down a pretty juicy pre-flop pot. I was wrong.
That was amazing. I mean, just because the action got so weird there with the 3-bet squeeze from the small blind, he actually had the opportunity to push a much better hand out of the pot. Ace queen off, just going straight in the muck.
Mulder still trying to figure out a way to win this pot, and decides just to call with king tray of clubs.
Senor Mulder.
Romeo's out. So once again, it's going to be Sade versus Mulder. Sade OOP out of position.
Uh-oh.
Top pair versus the second nut flush draw.
He's just always got a little slice.
Who are you?
Now, 205 in the middle. I actually don't mind a larger size here, Joe. But, you know, ace high, you can keep it small, too. Makes it 75K to go. That's about right, about 1/3. The fact that he doesn't have a club in his hand is also significant because it means your opponent will have more flush draw potential. 5 of hearts doesn't change much, but it does give Mulder additional outs now. A 4 will give him a straight, and that club will give him the second nuts, assuming it's not a paired board. What's the size in the turn? 355 was the pot. He's going to make it 225,000. I love this size on this turn. I absolutely love it. Now is the time to punish, and he sizes up very nicely here.
Rave reviews from the size king.
Quick call. Pretty much mandatory. I mean, even if he makes it full pot there, you just got so many outs on this turn.
River.
Oh!
Not a club, but it is a wheel.
It's actually the perfect river because it's so well disguised.
So well disguised. The 1-card wheel.
Oh, my days. Now, 2.28 million behind, 805K in the middle. I think you can go big here.
Sade has checked. Action on Mulder.
I think you can make it like, 1 point.
Yeah, just get right in on the guy who's about to get his face smashed in.
You can make it like 1.1 pot here. You can make it like 900K here, Joe.
Can you make it 2.28? Oh, look at those big chips. Those big, thin mint chips.
Did he say 950,000?
650.
Slightly below.
How is he going to do you like that? Here comes the fairly
Makes the
quick
call.
call. Is going to see the 3.
Oh.
Does not realize he lost right away.
Oh.
Very brutal hand.
It really was the perfect run out to get paid, wasn't it, Joe? The non-club backdoor straight coming in, and the rich get richer. 175 big blinds now, Joe.
5.26 million. 5.26 million. Queen Jack suited for 2 in Mulder. Folds around to Romeo on the button.
Romeo.
Right.
Yep.
I don't think even 5 deuce off is going to be one of the hands he wants to play here. Puts it in the bin.
Oh, Markov, what do you got? 6 high, 7 high, a real decision, 8 high. Oh, ace queen.
It's one of those. I get it.
You will move up.
All in. That's what he was waiting for. I told you, Joe. I told you.
It's a good long wait.
He was like, I don't need no time banks. I just need some all-ins.
Am I blinking too much?
Stop blinking, Joe.
Mulder looking for a count. Can call here, lose, does call, and still have 4 times the amount of chips as anyone else at the table. So
Gamble, gamble. Let's go.
it is a domination situation. Markov the favorite to double up. Mulder is suited.
We don't need no time bank cards, no. We just need some all-ins now.
Here comes the flop. 8 high. Markov also has the ace of diamonds. Technically, he has the 8 of diamonds too, but they both do.
No sweat. He looks like he's sweating, though.
Yeah, he's got that pained smile. Turn card. Jack of diamonds.
Oh.
So Markov in big, big trouble unless he hits one of those 12 outs. Most of them diamonds.
30%, though. That's a lot.
3 of them aces. It's like a quarter of the deck.
That's a lot of the deck.
River card. Not a diamond, not an ace. Markov does not make it to the break. Also does not make the next pay jump.
We are changing the feature table. We're going to bring our 2 former champs to the main stage. Those champs being Hussein Ensan, who won here in Prague in 2015, and Dimitar Danchev, who won the PCA in 2013. Interestingly, Gab Yong Kim, 9th place finisher in this tournament in 2019, started day 4 as chip leader and is now on the short side, 980K, as we go to the 20K, 40K blind level with a 40K big blind ante.
Cowboys in the hijack.
Alex Andridis just calling with kings after Caminita opened with king 10.
I like that, especially if you have some stacks behind you, you know, in the 20 big blind, 25 big blind range that could potentially find some spots to squeeze. Just seeing that dead money out there, it's a pretty good way to trap some of those stack sizes.
Steinbrenner folding queen 7 in the small blind. Gabyon Kim with 6-3 off in the big. And looks like he's going to come along for the ride, so we're going 3-way to the flop. And that flop is queen, queen 6. So Kim catches a piece. Suffice to say, Alexandridis' king's still good. 86% favorite in this 3-way pot. Caminita was the pre-flop aggressor and continues on this board for 65,000.
I guess you just always want a flat here, Maria. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think especially 3-ways, it really gives you a few more options, of course, on later streets, just in case, you know, somebody shows up with a queen here.
Yeah, and also, I mean, you know, you're going to feel confident you have the best hand. You'd like maybe pocket 10s, maybe pocket jacks, maybe pocket 8s to continue here, or, you know, even some bluffs, I suppose, as well. So raising flop, you kind of start to represent more of a queen X combo, which you're kind of afraid you might run into once in a while anyway. So I think the more passive line here makes a ton of sense because you got more ways to win and you're not really aggressively representing something stronger.
Wow, it's Kim who comes with the check raise with the queens and 6s. Just maybe believing that, you know, Caminita is going to be c-betting that spot a lot. And then because Alexandridis ended up just flatting there, he feels like, okay, maybe I just want to clear out some of those overcard equity that's going to continue. He obviously has no idea he's up against pocket kings here.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely underrepresented his hand pre-flop. And
yeah.
I think you just always call here. It's really nice being in position with kings in this spot because you're going to keep him quite honest here. I think in this case, he kind of just goes, I'm going to raise this up. I kind of rep queens, but I kind of protect my 6x. There's not too many good turns for me. But is he going to continue to try and represent something stronger than his made hand? And, like, does he even want to turn his made hand into a bluff when this guy's showing a lot of strength by calling and then calling again?
Yeah, let's not forget that obviously when you flat an early position raiser, you definitely could have a lot of these Queen X Broadway type combos. Sure. So it is kind of surprising to see Kim decide to bet again in this spot.
Absolutely. And look at the size of this pot already, Maria. There's only 460K behind. He doesn't have a ton of ammunition left behind to get it in. You know, in terms of SPR, once this is called, he doesn't have very much. So your price on the river to call is very significant.
Is he not already committed now? I know that's not really a thing, but there does come a point where you psychologically feel I've committed so much of my stack, I may as well stick the rest in.
But I think that as played, there's just no way that he could think when he, you know, at least gets called here that he has the best hand, right? And if that's the case, he would probably just have the plan to check fold river. I would hope. But I think the interesting part is, I don't know what you think, Nick, but would Kim, you know, if Kim checks the river, let's say he gets called by kings here, he checks the river, do you think the kings are going to go for value? Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Never mind. I'll just stop. Let's just...
King didn't...
Best in the biz.
It's 6.
Best in the biz.
He didn't have a
Gabyon Kim, there you guys are. Your next EPT Prague winner.
Caminita not going to play the Spraggy from the small blind. Dimitar Danchev, 9-8 of hearts, might defend his big blind, and we'll have more champ v champ action at the feature table.
9-8 suited big blind facing the pure min raise. It's so beautiful. How are you not going to defend this?
Especially when it's suited in strawberries.
Strawberries, baby. Ooh.
9-5-3, so top pair for Danchev.
Check to the aggressor.
Yeah, Enson has 2 overs, and of course, he could turn some straight possibilities as well. So it feels like this is a spot that a lot of people will just continue.
Yep.
So after play concluded last night, Dimitar Danchev went back and watched the live stream, and he was so pleased to hear that Maria was a fan of the 1975 classic Jaws that he put on his shark t-shirt today. Just for you, Maria.
185.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was a hashtag fake fact.
Danchev says, no, I'm going to defend my hand right here, right now. Maria, I wonder if he's going to more confidently check raise this flop with the backdoor hearts than if not.
Yeah, I think that he knows that he's going to be up against some overcards here that are going to be firing, and so this gives him some protection. And if he gets called, you know, there's a lot of good turn cards that could really improve his equity if he somehow is behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
355.
Enson said, I said raise. Wow.
Oh, wow. We've got into a chip swinging contest. That's right. You heard me correctly. 3 bets to 355,000 with jack high. Danchev now like, what on earth have you got?
Yeah, this is one of the scary aspects of check raising a flop with 8-9, right? Because you're kind of saying, I got some of this and I don't want to see any more, and you can exploit that by putting in more chips, and these guys are definitely deep enough to do so. But he makes the right call. He still has the best hand. Notice the equity, though. Ensan, as Maria pointed out, still has plenty of ways to improve.
Turn card is the 7 of spades. Danchev does not want a river 2 pair. Of course, we might not get to the river.
SPR here less than 1, Maria.
Yeah, and if Enson's going to continue to tell the story and rep, you know, perhaps all the over pairs that he could have in his UTG +1 opening range, then I was going to say, I kind of wanted to see it, but
Yeah.
he checks.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he's going to do it, it's got to be a shove, right, Maria?
Yeah, absolutely.
Deuce of diamonds is such a brick. You're like, oh, I played this hand so well. Top pair, never bad now. Oh, man. If he checks on this river, Ensign's got like this weirdest decision ever. He hasn't really repped his hand correctly to have an overpair.
One check.
Yeah, it's going to check to showdown, and Danchev's going to win this pot of nearly $1 million.
Whew, nice hand, sir. Ensign down a lot of chips there.
Yeah, lost a significant percentage of his stack. Well, this is hand 101 of the day. And the action is going to start with Armin Rezai in the cutoff. It's been folded to him. And hey, if you thought 3 commentators was fun, how about we make it a foursome, a quartet? Hey, imagine if we get a chop pot. This could be amazing.
Look at it.
What up, the squid? Sam Grafton, how be you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. A quartet? Hey, I'm playing cello, you're going to do oboe, and we're going to make beautiful music here.
So obviously you can see that you're sandwiched between James Hartigan and Nick Walsh, but if you turn slightly to your left, you will see the face of Maria Ho on the screen.
There she is,
Hello.
from across the Atlantic. Love that.
I'll take the base. Maria, how's your falsetto? Can you get way up there in the register for the split pot song?
Yeah, I mean, I would have to warm up first, but I think I could hit those notes.
So picking up the action here, it was Caminita who defended the big blind and has paired his deuce on the flop. Sam, we've already covered ad infinitum that you came out of the gates with a win, the 10K high roller. Since then, how have things been going in Prague?
Yeah, absolutely great. I've had a lot of fun. I played the Mystery Bounty. I pulled a 500. I went up to claim my prize and all the good ones are gone. I pulled a 500, a little disappointing. I got second in the 25K last night as well, so that was
nice.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, a lot of fun playing with the boys again. And yeah, now in the 10K, just on dinner break.
Okay, so
Very nice.
I always worry when people appear and sit next to me and put a microphone in front of their face, I'm thinking, oh, something's gone wrong. But no, you're very kindly giving up your dinner break to share those pearls of wisdom that people love from the squid.
Yeah, absolutely. And Razai with a wheel draw here and the overcard. I've played with Armin before. He's a very aggressive character. I wonder if he puts in a big bet here. We can see Caminita. This is one of the best turn cards he could see with the 10 deuce of hearts. One of the few that will allow him to continue to almost any size. A little bit of a funny SBR.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Doesn't have too much behind here. I mean, like maybe a little bit over half pot wouldn't be a completely unreasonable turn c-bet size, but that's a big chunk of his stack here.
10 seconds. Two bet. 150.
There you go.
Have it. 150.
Armin a little unlucky because, of course, you know, 10 deuce of clubs or 5, 6 of diamonds would be folding here. Once you pick up the flush draw, obviously allows you to continue, or even just check raise all in to ensure that you'll never get bluffed on the river, or that you won't get bluffed. Don't have much clarity unless a heart comes off.
Jack of clubs on the river. So the best hand is a pair of deuces. That doesn't seem fair.
Come on, Armin. We could go all in here, mate. What bluffs have you got here when the jack comes off? Loving this. You've got no spades. You got no heart. I mean, obviously he's got a lot of heart, this kid. I mean, it's tough to do, by the way. How many are we left? 19 left?
Yep.
Come on, bruv. Don't dodge it. Not on camera. Look at that. This is
especially
a man.
after he had you saying, you know, that you played with him before and you've seen him, you know,
You talked him up.
do crazy things. Now he's got to.
Yeah, he's just thinking like, what properties do I want? What better bluffs do I have than this? Obviously, so many of the sort of natural bluffs that certain players use are hands like Jack 10, King 10, King Jack, all of which will check behind now. So, not having a spade, not having a heart, you know, not blocking 5-4 of hearts or exactly this combo 10 deuce of hearts. Yeah, there we go, bruv.
Ooh, there we go.
Very,
This is why
very
people tune
spicy.
into the EPT. Now all we need is a hero call with bottom pair.
Oh, that would be awesome. I always love a bold shove followed by an amazing hero call.
An absolutely irresponsible. If he called here, I wouldn't go back to the 10K. I'll just sit and commentate. If it was that good, you know, as much as I sort of suggested that he might do that, that is hard to do. That is someone that's done the reps, done their study, plays with a lot of self-belief. To pull the trigger with, you know, you could do that.
Yeah.
First level, you could do that in the big 55. You know, 10 for the money. To do it with 19 left in the EPT, that's some power bodger.
Demetrio Caminita. Jack 7 of hearts on the button. Starts the hand with just shy of 3 million.
It's a pretty looking hand to play on the button. I think it seems perfectly reasonable. Uh-oh, King Queen in the small blind though for Danchev. might just call. This is not the craziest hand to turn into a 3-bet. I think the flat is pretty reasonable as well, but I think there are some better combos of King X that you want to 3-bet here. I think King 9 probably plays a little bit too good multi-way to want to try and turn things up that often.
Three-way 2, a Jack 10-7 flops, a 2-pair for Caminita, and straight draws all around.
So many straight draws.
It feels like it's shaping up to be a doozy, James.
I love a doozy.
Nine.
Caminita continuing. 90,000. Called by Danchev, who's open-ended.
Double belly buster.
Indeed. Alexandridis will call as well.
Sorry.
So still three-way, going to the turn.
Oh, man. Oh.
Queen of Hearts. Danchev cannot win the pot outright. Alexandridis now with the straight. Caminita still with 2-pair.
What do you think, Maria? Does he just bet here? Too late.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
He's already checked.
Oh, I thought you were asking about. Okay. Yes, I think that Caminita obviously is going to follow up here though with
No, sure. Yeah.
another
absolutely.
bet clearly, but yes. And Caminita knows also he's the only person with ace king in this spot, right? He would have heard from either of the blinds if they had ace king.
Yep.
And so obviously he feels pretty safe that sure, maybe sometimes that old king 9 gets there, but
Yeah, absolutely.
certainly gonna
Yeah,
keep going.
my question was about leading with King 9 here.
Leading,
once-
yeah.
I mean, because
Yeah.
it's just one of these boards where a lot of people are going to have 2-pair plus, and you can just start getting the value right then and there. You save the button checking behind, and then you're missing a street, but he's going to get the action regardless. And I suppose if you do think people are going to have 2-pair plus, it's not too unreasonable to expect them to continue turn from the button anyway. So seems good.
75.
Woo. So Caminita barreled for 275. Danchev flatted, and now Alexandridis, who has the straight, has raised it to 675,000. Meanwhile, look at the field ticker. We're down to 17. I'm hearing that. Sharon Sade has just been eliminated in 18th place, KO'd by Turn Mulder, who's now up to 8.5 million.
This
Mulder
is absurd.
continues to have the chip lead with 17 remaining.
Absolutely absurd
Man is
run.
on fire. I mean, I think in this spot, obviously, this Jack 7 just going to shrivel up when you have somebody check raising against 2 opponents
Yeah.
with this type of texture.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's like good enough to bet the turn with, but I mean, in what universe is this guy actually bluffing in this situation? It's just not even there's not even like trying to think of a combo like maybe pocket eights, maybe, but like does that even make it to a turn in the first place? I don't even know. Probably not.
Yeah. The only thing is Alexandridis made his check raise kind of on the small side, considering what was in the middle. And so does Caminita want to try to call and perhaps boat up on the river? There's just no way that he could think his hand is good at the moment.
Two folds.
So the last part of this session goes
Sigma.
to Simeon Alexandridis.
So, Maria, I just want to let you know that there's a new term. If it's a French player, it's called set miming. And then they have to pretend to rope in their set with like a fake rope.
Set miming.
A little something Nick came up with.
Don't pin that on me. He keeps trying to push it, Maria. He keeps pushing it out there. He's not getting much of a response yet.
You know that it's made it when they make an animation out of it. So we might have to hold our breath on this one.
I mean, I was there for the birth of artisanal sourdough, but yeah, I'm not sure if set miming is going to make it. Although it would make a pretty dope animation, so now I kind of want it to be a thing.
We are seeing a flop for once. King high. There was an 8 out there as well. And 2 diamonds. You want to play a big pot? We're going to need a little bit of help for Steinbrenner on the turn.
70. Got a pretty nice hand to call with, no doubt about it.
We drop down to 16 in this hand. Paul Tedeschi out in 17th place for 45.5K. Oh boy. 2 pair for
this
Steinbrenner.
This is going to cost him some chips. I mean, I don't think that if Alexandritis decides to lead in this spot, which, okay, I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't. I get that the ace came, so maybe he thinks that Steinbrenner will go for some value with just a pair of aces on the end. But of course, with 2 pair, he will get a bet out of Steinbrenner. But I think when you check raise here as Alexandritis, it just looks so strong that you just absolutely will hate your life with ace-8 at that point, and will probably get away from the check raise.
Well, play at the other table is over, so we're either coming back tomorrow with 16 or 15. With or without Steinbrenner. How big a pot are we going to play?
So the bet was 300K. Steinbrenner makes it, sorry, Alexandritis, excuse me, makes it 975 total.
Sorry, 975. 675 for Steinbrenner to call on what is going to be the last hand of the night. The last hand of the day. Guaranteed to make day 5 as long as he does not move all in. Time bank card going in. Those will be refreshed tomorrow. Not just refreshed, added to. If you have any left over, you get to keep them, throw them in the bag.
Yep.
Just put it in the bag.
As played, I feel like this is just an incredibly strong line that most players aren't going to be taking as a bluff.
I think it is quite telling that the king is out there, Maria, right? Because if you had the king of diamonds for whatever reason, you don't really have a reason to turn your hand into a bluff, do you? And the king of diamonds is a card that is going to be a very good card to turn into a bluff, right? So that's a big thing that's going to change based on this texture.
Nice lay down and nice hand for Alexandritis. He's going to remain this table's chip leader. Simeon Alexandritis, that is. 81 bigs headed into tomorrow. Let's take a look at the chip stacks from this featured table.
Jack, Queen, 10, 7.
Simeon Alexandritis coming back tomorrow with 81 big blinds, 47 for Steinbrenner, 44 for Kamenita, 34 for Danchev, 24 for Kim, and Hossein Ensan hanging on by a thread with 11 big blinds. And we'll finally start getting into some of those payouts tomorrow. 10th place, 9th, maybe 8th. Almost to the 6 figures. Who knows what happens? We could get all the way down to 6 or possibly even 5th by the time we end play tomorrow. That's it, my babies. We'll see you next time.